Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin and let's play some NHL. So we're going to play franchise mode, continuing the series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're on season 4, episode 5. We just recently made a number of trades to improve the team because we were on a bit of a slide. We appear to be out of it. I think we currently sit second in the league, was where we ended off last episode. So yeah, I think we're doing okay. Maybe my expectations are high. We won the President's Trophy the past 3 seasons, so that's kind of my target every season, and then hopefully winning the Stanley Cup as well each season. But so far we've had lost in the first round, first season, won the Stanley Cup in the second, and then lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final in the third. And hello, Brody. Moo to you too. So anyways, something I spoke about last stream was to maybe upgrade on goalie. And so before this stream, I just had a quick look, but I didn't do a complete look of our options to hopefully upgrade. Actually, before I do that, I need to figure out how much cap space exactly we have. So 1.3, as it stands, we're keeping Mrazek. He's been our best performer, essentially performed the exact same as last season. Now, he started off the season not so well, but I mean, he's at the same spot as he was, so can't really complain, so we're obviously keeping him. Varlamov was injured for a chunk. He's only gotten in for a couple more games and hasn't done well, obviously. And Vejmelka, he's done okay. His winning record's not the best, but his save percentage is good enough. So at this moment, I feel like we're okay with keeping him. So basically, in theory, that would mean we could spend, $2 million on the third goalie. Not that they would be third in the rotation, but we could spend that much on one of the 3 goalies. And the other thing to keep in mind is we have Allen in the AHL, and he's done well there. Didn't do that great after we traded for him. He was supposed to be at least hopefully our fix, and then he wasn't. So the question essentially is, do we bring him back up because he's done well since he's been with the AHL team? Or do we go pick up another goalie? And so, like I said, before the stream, I had a quick look, and there was one guy that stood out. Give me a sec to get the filters right. So I'm just going to put them in order by games played. The reason is because if we go and grab a goalie that's like way towards the bottom, 16 games is a small sample size. In theory, what you'd want to get if you're trying to optimize your acquisition is a goalie that would have played a number of games and maintained a good save percentage. So from here, I can say that I've looked through all these guys, or at least any of the ones with 9-1 or greater save percentage, and they're all too expensive. They're like $4 million up to $9 million, so definitely can't afford them. And then the first one that stood out, and pretty much the only one that really stood out, was Vladar, which, I mean, in real life, he's not a bad goalie, but he's not. So if you contrast with the guys that I currently have, so Jake Allen's been quite consistent throughout his career. Not like obviously a top goalie, but definitely at least a 1B goalie, I would say. He's capable of filling in for a starter that's been injured. And really, that's kind of what our target is for goalies. Since we have 3 in rotation, you kind of eliminate any of the risk by having 3 that you can just kind of rotate through. So, but is Vladar in that kind of category? I wouldn't say so. But again, this is a video game, so you kind of have to consider all the different things that are going on. It's not just in real life. So, anyways, we've got Mrazek here, and then really, I mean, you're starting to get pretty low on any sort of sample size. So really, in the end, the only one that stands out is Vladar. And is it worth trading for him is a question. Or do we just ride with what we have? Bressois, 82. So on the same team, 2 dramatically different save percentages. So is it that the goalie's playing good or the team's playing bad with one goalie versus the other? It seems like either Bressois is really bad, which doesn't seem to be accurate, or Vladar is just very good, which seems to be accurate. So, so before I say no for sure, let's look at the trade value of Vladar. So he's with Ottawa, and they're actually one of our biggest competitors at the moment because they're doing well. And same division. And so look, if you see the trade value, it's quite low. Years left, 2. One thing that sucks is that I signed Varlamov under the assumption he would stay the same overall rating, but he dropped by, I think, 2 overall. When like all the off-season player adjustments happen. So he's deteriorated. And I mean, it's a small sample size because, like I said, he's been injured, but the trade deadline's coming up. Like, do we give him more of a shot? I don't think so, since he's deteriorated. What's the benefit? There is no benefit. So the other thing is Wolf. We've played in the AHL, and he hasn't done great. He's won, but his save percentage has been horrendous. Previous season was good. So, I mean, don't necessarily know what to make of that, but and I forget if he I think on his expiration he's RFA. So I don't know if I really want to trade him. So the question is, well, there's a couple options. We either keep Allen and go with Allen, Mrazek, Vejmelka, or we keep Allen, pick up Vladar, or we get rid of Allen and pick up Vladar. And part of what makes us kind of have to do something like where somebody goes is we have no assets to trade. So I mean, we do for some other players. And actually, on that note, because I made the trades and I haven't checked in to see how they've done since those, so maybe. So he's decreased. He's done well since we claimed him on waivers. Sporel still doing well. See, and the thing about Moser is he's playing essentially, or it seems like, first line minutes. So, and he's less than half a point per game, which my target is about half a point per game, especially in the AHL. He's on target, so we're not going to get rid of him. Chisholm we acquired. Has he played yet? 3 points, +2 in 9 games. And I don't think much ice time with us. He'd be towards the bottom. So we have a couple things, probably enough to pull off the trade. And then now the question is, do we pull off the trade? And I'm leaning towards yes. So in this case, because we don't have good value, so if they were interested in the asset, so when it's colored green, then it's going to be easier to pull off the trade, and it's not. And actually, nobody wants him. Is there other people we were going to trade? He's done well. It's funny, the lower overall guys have actually been decent. That is 24. He can go. $23. He could theoretically go. $24, he's okay. He can go. Now, I'm not actually going to do this trade. Basically, what I'm doing is making all the people. Sorry, one sec. 29. I'm putting all the people on the list so then I can quickly skim through all the teams to see if anybody wants them. And then if they do, I can package them and then maybe kind of get a number of assets to then execute the trade. Who else was there? I think that's it. I don't think we should trade Wolf. I think we should keep him still. And this guy's done pretty well. He's supposed to be our development project. Oh yeah, and Varlamov too, we can trade. So let's see if anybody wants any of these guys. Nobody wants any of these guys. Okay, so then we just find a team with space to pick up the players, and then we try to trade. How many spaces does Ottawa have? 3. So Colorado, Edmonton's a decent pick. So what I'm trying to do is find a team that hasn't played that well because the value of their draft picks are going to be higher. As long as they have space, I can do the trades. So Moser's got good value. We're taking him off. The rest are all the same, I believe. Top 9. So I doubt this trade will go through, but we're going to try. And then add in Harkins. This might go through. No. Okay, so let's go with a 4th. It's wild. I forget if I already said definitively, but I think just through my actions it makes it obvious. I'm going to go and try to pick up Vladar, because it's going to be our best chance at a second Stanley Cup with how deep we are. There's going to be so many things changing afterwards. So let's go all in. I mean, not like we're not sacrificing anything in the future. It's just I still can't believe they haven't taken this trade. Yeah, it's just basically to do everything we can to try to win. Let's take Grant off. If I only get a 7th out of this, that's going to be a bit crazy. I can't even get a 7th out of this. Okay, then. I guess we'll have to put Moser into the trade because we've got no other alternatives. So okay. Jake Allen's not even starting. Mind you, it's probably on a goalie rotation, but that's crazy. Okay, so we got a third round pick. I think that's enough to get Vladar. Maybe not, but we need goalies. No, probably not. Do we go for it? I guess we'll try. Whoops. Huh. Well, okay, so I guess I got lucky. It was exactly the asset required to get him. So I don't need to get rid of Allen. How many years left does Allen have? 2 years. So actually now we're 4 goalies deep, which is not the plan. We have the cap space because Vladar, if you look at his contract, it's super cheap. I almost don't want to keep Allen, but there's no harm in it. So I guess what we can do then is I can't put Mrazek down because he'll get claimed. So any guy I try to put down could get claimed. So I can't even really test Allen to see. So I guess then Allen is just our 4th stringer. I guess that's okay. Is it okay? Because the problem is Wolf's not going to get to play as much, and then also the guy we're supposed to be developing is not going to get to play at all. That's a tough one. I guess I'm going to have to trade him. I don't think I can get anything for him, though. That's the problem. Oh, some people want him. So maybe I could get a 7th for him or something. Did I have any assets left that I wanted to trade? or anyone else I can trade, because I think that's going to be just enough to get us over the hump to have the trade go through. So Murray's been good since he's been with us. Oops. 15 is less than half. 19 is more than half. He is doable. All the rest are good. Okay, so now we should be able to pull off a trade, no problem. What we're going to get, that's a different story. It's probably going to be a 5th, I'm guessing, something like that. Not a 5th, 6th. Cool, I'm okay with that. It's something. We're not going to use them, so that's good with me. Now we'll get Vladar into some games right away. Not that he's, excuse me, going to start, but Varlamov was next in rotation, and so Vladar will take his spot since he took his spot on the team. So that's good. All right, so it was loss, win, loss, and then that put Mrazek to the bottom. Win from Vmelka, so he has no losses then, I guess, in his rotation. So he is starting. So we're good to continue again. And actually, we've technically cleared cap space, although we could have added, but we don't need to. We just got rid of them. There's no real benefit in taking him. What's your story? 25. Sniper. Did decent in the AHL. Doesn't fit with us. Because our AHL team isn't that strong, we'll claim him. Because his stats are decent. And I guess I should make sure he's with the AHL team there. Isn't he defensive? No, he's two-way. Two-way contract, 1 year, so that's going to be UFA. Is he good enough to pick up? 7 points in 16 games is quite good. Doesn't tell us his fit. Was that a one-way contract? It's two-way. So yeah, we can actually take him and he'll slot right in. To the AHL team, of course. Alright, so we're done the break there. I guess that's the playoff break or something like that. Or playoff break. All-Star break. I just realized I can put this up still. So that's good. There shouldn't be any injuries. Man, it's lucky how deep we are, because like that's not like a non-factor injury. He shoots left. He's a left wing. Why was I having him play on the right then? Doesn't make sense. Anyways. Man, we're so deep. Alright, so if Courtnall is off, then it's Oshie or Mar. 1 point in 13 games. Should I play him just to give him experience, or should I just go with the guy that's performing better? That's a tough one. Performance it is. Oops. Who goes in now? So we have Hughes King. Let's go Hughes. And then Thompson. We have Thompson. Don't have Hughes. Bedard. Do we go with Oshie or the other guy? You know what? In this case, I'm going to go with the other guy. Now, in reality, maybe I should be giving Vladar starts because the trade deadline's coming up, but he played well elsewhere. It's not going to be, we're not going to do worse. Jeez, how many injuries? This season has been crazy for injuries. So... Man, everybody's picked it up. So he's 24 points. Slavin's gone up. Cider is doing outstanding. Man, it's just so weird how we've lost so many games. I don't think I need to do any other changes. Oh, wait, yeah, because he changed lines, so my bad. Slavin Orlov. Martinez. Heg. Oops. Slavin. Orlov. Martinez. Heg. Huh. We can't afford them. But it would have been nice. I don't think he fits in anything anyways, so. March 2nd, April 5th. Not only have we had a lot of injuries, but they've been really long-term as well, which is pretty crazy. Oh, no, we're still keeping that. Okay. Oh, I should check. We have scouting probably soon. And 6 games. We're definitely winning now. If you've seen some of the scores there, they've been high scoring against us as well, but that doesn't matter. It just matters that you win. And the other thing to keep in mind is we looked at stats. last episode, and we were, I think, the lowest goals against or second lowest, something like that. We had the best goal differential, so or goal differential per game. Yeah, we're on a roll. What would be really funny is if we actually have our best season yet after having such a bad start. I doubt it's going to happen, but you never know. This game's weird. I guess real life is kind of weird too sometimes. So it's like I said with this team, we should have been like dominating, and there was nothing wrong with our stats, so us losing made no sense. And so I guess sometimes you can just lose even though you're supposed to win. That could have been what happened, so who knows. We're on track now, though, that's for sure. And we got to be in first place, and probably by a margin, too. All right, so we should just have the Dobson injury. Oh, and another great thing I just thought about is, sorry, one sec. See, I don't know why I was playing him on the right side. Anyways, actually, sorry, just give me a sec. I want to see a couple things here. So Foot hasn't been good even coming in as a replacement. Luosterainen is not that great either. Everly's still doing great on the fourth line, and same with Oshie. Wild. Oh man, we're deep. Yeah, I don't know why Mara was playing on his offside because what's his name? Courtnall. He's the stronger player, so he should play on his offside. $37 points. Oh, he's improved, I think, from how he was doing before. There's our second line still doing better, 55 points. 57, 50. Wow, he's done quite well. 63, 55, 56. So they're essentially the exact same. I was just wondering if I should change first line to be starting the game, but don't mess with a good thing. So we'll just leave it. Next, we need to adjust this back. So this is Courtnall again. I don't think he plays here. This one is Courtnall. Bedard, and then Hughes, Keane, Thompson, Courtnall, Keller, Bedard. Oh yeah, it was here. We have to change. So this goes to Courtnall. We switch because I think he's still better. Yeah, for face-offs. And the milk is still in. Oh, I should have checked before I saved, because it's a back-to-back who's starting. I think it is correct, though, because Caroline is doing well, I think. 36 and 17, yeah. Cool beans. So now we don't have a center on our fourth line. Is anybody good at face-offs? Oh, she can do face-offs. Well, that's good news. Foot's left, Everly's right. I think that's it. Yeah, that was a home game. Alright, so we hit our limit for parking price. Then now we can finally play Vladar. Because Vemelka's, oh wait, when did I do that? He's been on a tear. So let's take a look at his stats. So he was like 500, his record. I think it was like 6-4-1 or something like that before. And now it's 13-4-1. So he's just gone on a complete tear. 917 save percentage, which is fantastic. I mean, it's not 9-2 or 9-3 or whatever, but league average last season, I think in the NHL was 915. So, and that's pretty much consistently been around the average. And so if you're at or above it, then, and especially if we have three goalies at or above average, that's like super stable goaltending. So, anyways, so good for him, good for us, good news. The other thing I was just thinking is all three goalies we have next season. So that's another stable thing. Now the problem is they're probably all going to want raises because they play well with us. But so we're going to have to get rid of any number of them, or just let them play out their last year and let them go to free agency. Guess we need to call someone up. Let's borrow. We have like nothing anymore. I traded away all our players. 30 and 44 is quite good. How's he done since he's been with us? He hasn't played? I guess because we haven't had to do any line changes. Yeah, let's just call him up. So now, does Martinez go up? I guess so. 3 plus 9, 7 plus 10. Actually, you know what? I think Hag is beaten out Martinez. what's left. But the lines are going to be weaker. I guess we'll just do that. So Slavin. Oh, but we should have them reversed though. I think that's it now. The other thing I could have been doing is picking up free agents and trading more people. The thing is the guys that were available didn't seem that fantastic, so I don't think it's even worth it. That was an away game, I believe. And I swear, it's got to be something like my team's so good, and that's why the game's giving me injuries. I just noticed something. So this Mar guy, he was 82 overall. And now he's 84. I don't know how that happened so quickly. And he's gotten a bunch of points lately. So something's going on. That's nothing I'm going to complain about. Okay. %. I forget where we were at last season. I guess we'll know by the end of the season if we meet our goals. So anyways, what we always do at this point is just minimize our pricing to try to get as close to 100% as possible. And based on the percentage now, I have a feeling we won't hit 100%, which means that next season, I think currently we're 20% general marketing, 80% season tickets, and I think that means we're going to change it to 1090 or 595. But we'll kind of see what the gap is. If it's high, we're going to increase it higher, and if it's almost perfect, then we know it's maybe 5% difference or something like that. Cool beans. Should I change it right now? You know what? We'll just ride out the whole season as is and see what the result is, and then we know kind of where to go from there. I think that was a home game. Yeah. Cool. Lusteranen's almost back. Aw, stupid thing. You press the button and it doesn't even move. Alright, Malka's still in. Okay, funny enough, I was just about to say, next time we lose, I'm going to check where we are in the standings. So that means now. So we have a partial injury to Thompson, and I'm supposed to take him out, but I don't think I'm going to because I just don't want to deal with the line stuff so often. How bad is it? It's only one game. It impacts his performance by durability. Only durability and aggressiveness. So in that case, since it negatively impacts durability, maybe you could get re-injured from that. So that's a risk, but whatever. Okay, so Oshie goes back there. Lusteranен comes back in. We're not going to do anything else. Save, and then let's check how we're doing. We haven't, it's our first loss, and I think 15, maybe more games. Oh, we're supposed to do scouting too. But anyways, I think we're in great shape. So we're 5 points ahead, only one game extra played. So what were we? I'm trying to remember how many wins we were supposed to get on that one crazy season where our expectations were too high. Was it 49 wins or 52? I can't recall. But anyways, first place, goals for per game, leading by a big margin. 0.4 per game is pretty darn good. Goals against, second place by a tiny margin. So our goal differential is clearly going to be the best. Power play is still doing okay. Second place, so that's good. Penalty kill is middle of the pack as we usually sit, which is perfectly fine with me. So everything's going great. Scouting, and on that note, I don't think there's going to be any changes to franchise, and there, of course, isn't. So we don't need to adjust our plan at all with draft picks and stuff. We don't even really need to do scouting, but we will anyways. Oops, it's only the one player now. Let's do that. Oops. All right, I think that's it. So we might actually get to the end of the season on this stream, or end of the regular season, I should say. was home, I think, right? Yeah. We're gonna have to do maintenance really soon for one. And it's good Thompson survived the game with his injury. Alright, so I feel like there's something I was supposed to do. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about the goalie. If he loses this game, then we change the rotation. I think that's it though. Yeah. Man, he stayed in the net for a long time. See, the one problem when you have a goalie going on a tear is that, for example, Mrazek played. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So I needed to do maintenance. So it's going to be after the first of the back-to-back. Yeah, Mrazek was playing so great, and then now he hasn't played in I don't know how long, but a very long time. So that's not good in that sense, but should you complain that you're winning? I don't think so. All right, so now we have Orlov that's back. So Slavin goes there, Martinez goes there, Simic comes out. Now, out of interest, how did he do? He held water, so that's good. +3, no points. I'm perfectly comfortable with that. I think that's it. So now I got to remember on the second of the back-to-back to do maintenance. Which team is weaker? 29-22, 29-26. So second game. Stupid thing, I pressed the button. Well, at least we know Dobson's going to be healthy for the playoffs, because he's basically injured until the playoffs. Alright, so Vladar comes in. Nice, so Vladar has won both of his games since he's come up. Or, well, since he came over, I guess is a better way to put it. So that's good news. We can repair this now. We're going to have insufficient funds for everything. There we go. Okay, and then I don't think any injuries. Malka comes back in. Yeah. And Melko wins again. What a goalie. So yes, we will be able to get to the playoffs. I'm pretty certain. Because at this point, there's nothing, like we can't do trades. It's just simming straight through. So the only holdup is any injuries and doing line changes. You know what? We could even go through the playoffs. I would almost prefer that. And the reason is because, well, as I said in previous cases, if you start with the playoffs, like, it can end so quickly. Like, you can be done in a round. So there's all this, like, anticipation, and then all of a sudden it's done, like, in very quick order. So maybe we'll at least start the playoffs. We might, I don't know, it's going to be close. It's just nice to zoom through things. And it's nice that we're winning too. I don't know, actually, on that note, let's go take a look at Vimelka's stats because he's been tearing it up. So he's moved up his save percentage to 918. It was 914. And now he's 21-5-1. 27, 21, 5-1. 27, 7-1, 5-1. Let's compare with Mrazek. 7-1, 5-1. So better winning percentage too than Mrazek. But I mean, both goalies playing fantastically. So, and we've got Vladar. He's only played 2 games, but 2 wins, but 905 save percentage. So, you know, small sample size. I think we're going to break our record for wins. And with such a bad start, that seems crazy. That's twice I pressed the down button and it didn't go. This thing's so stupid sometimes. Cool beans. Now, one thing I was just thinking of, so we haven't seen enough of Vladar, and we're nearly at the playoffs, and we keep winning with Vimelka. Should I have Mrazek as second up? I guess maybe don't think about it too much because we still have 12 games left, but that's going to be a question. Should I even bother with this scouting anymore? It just seems like a waste of time. You know what? Screw it. It's not even worth scouting anymore. For one, we pretty much know everything about the players already, and second, we're not drafting anybody anyways. Forget if I did everything. Did I do everything? I think so. Man, he can't lose. So this is an easy roster move. Simic goes down. The problem is Dobson. Yeah, that was an away game. He's not going to be ready to play. Oh. Oh, but it's okay because we already have the depth guy playing. Okay, so we're fine. Never mind. Melka can't lose. That's wild. There's a loss. All right, so Dobson is back, and this actually is a good time to review. Look at that plus 47. That is crazy. So 29 points, 50 points, 28, 30. So Slavin's technically better than Lindell, but we're not going to switch them. Uh, 5, 5, 14, 39. 39. Seems like Hag should stay in, but you know what? We will switch it up. 16 points. Orlov has been playing better, so guess Dobson's on the third pairing. It's not so bad because we kind of spread out our strength. Okay, so then I think that's it. Oh, I think we were on a back-to-back. Were we? Oh, but we don't know who plays who, so Pittsburgh. So it's supposed to be Vmelka first. So Vejmelka's lost his 2 straight. So as crazy as it sounds, after doing so well, he goes to the back of the rotation. But I think that I might change come playoff time. Who starts? We'll see. Why was it 0? That makes no sense. This happens sometimes in the season where you get 0 attendance and it makes no sense whatsoever. So it's Vladar net. Oh, not just Vladar in net, but also Mrazek as backup. So now Vladar has 3 wins in 3 games, which is pretty good. And it's nice we're currently healthy going into the playoffs, and I know from having thought that I wouldn't be surprised if we turn out having a major injury sometime soon. And especially because our team's so good, you know, like it feels like the game's gonna hurt you. There is Vladar's first loss with us. Oh, stupid thing, I pressed the drone button. You can see like everything's back to sellouts. Like it makes no sense, some of this stuff. Okay, so this is actually not a bad thing that we've had a couple losses. And the reason I'm saying that is because now we're back to our rotation of goalies that we know. So Vladar is actually our 3rd goalie going into the playoffs, as he should be. So I'm perfectly happy with that. I mean, I shouldn't be hoping for losses, but yeah, I'm okay with that. And again, it's the same thing with this game. So it seems like you go on this tear and then right before the playoffs you start losing. I don't know. Makes you wonder if the game has like these built-in events or whatever flows that hurt you. See what I mean? Bedard with a broken leg. Like, right before the playoffs. So you know he's going to miss most or all of the playoffs. How typical. So he was 78 for face-offs. He is 79. Okay. So then I guess he'll play center. Oshie was 82 overall, so he's deteriorated. 31 and 80. 22 and 80. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so if Courtnall's on that line, then it's... Is it Mar that comes in? I think so. Kane's the finisher. Who's the passer? 5, 8, 4, 7. 8, 9, 9, 9. So it's clearly Keller, so that means Mar goes down. Who's better at scoring? 0, 0. I think Mar is like 92 now. So then Mar will go up, Thompson goes down. And it's Keller is the distributor. Kane the finisher. Man, he's deteriorated too throughout the whole season. But still the best at the moment. How does this go? So now it is Mar, but Courtnall should be playing over Mar. So then Courtnall goes up. Keller's the setup guy. So this stays the same. This becomes Courtnall. And this becomes Mar. Okay, and then Courtnall, Mar, I guess, Hughes, Kane. We don't have Keller, do we? '85, so then it's going to be Keller instead. Hughes, Kane, Thompson, Courtnall, Chubarov. Who was it? It's Keller and Courtnall, I think, right? Keller, Courtnall, Kane, Hughes, Courtnall, Mar, then Hughes comes up, Courtnall comes here. No, wait. No, it is going to be Mar because he's better at shooting. Not that it matters so much at this moment. Do, 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 do. July 1. So we're like, we miss them the whole playoffs, 100%. Unless it extends like super late, which seems extremely unlikely. So thankfully, we are extremely deep. And also, thankfully, he was a third line player on our team. So as crazy as it sounds that Bedard's not critical to our performance, it is actually true in this case. Mind you, he's one of our top point getters, I think. Probably third place. Oh, he slipped a little bit. But still, 73 points in 80 games, 31 goals. Like, it's going to be hard to replace that. But thankfully, we've got enough going on that we should be okay. Until this game decides to screw us over some more. I wouldn't be surprised. Is this the last game of the season? I guess we should switch our goalies now. So at least this way, oh, I should have checked injuries first. So Vejmelka at least gets one game before the playoffs. Because I was going based on Keller's total games played, but he must have missed something. Unless like there's this big gap between the next game. But I'm pretty sure it's not the case. Because what, that's 78? Yeah, so we're at 81 games. All right, so we played Tampa. We've got 20 minutes left in the stream. So to be honest, I think we can get through the playoffs. And worst case, we'll go over by a little bit, and I'm okay with that. So let's just go for it. Now, before I forget, I need to change our ticket prices because playoff tickets are different, as you see that big jump. So we'll go to last year's prices. So $199. Oh, and we were needing to increase. And this is 306. This one is 402. This one is 517. Two oh four, 306, 402, 517. Let's just do auto assign to these, even though they're not going to change. So upgrade and maintain's done. Pricing, yes. Injuries. Lines. We're not doing any more scouting, so that's it. So I guess we'll just go through the playoffs and then end the stream there. Yes. Cool. Okay, let's see how we do. Start off with a loss. Not so good. So we'll do, I guess, a couple of the maintenance things after game 2. How'd the pricing go? We sold no tickets? That doesn't make any sense. Let's try that. Watch, we're going to have parking sales. Oh, I was going to say, if we had sales of parking but no people showing up, like that would be pretty funny. No new injuries. We won. Now I'm going to do the maintenance. Now, really, you don't want to be doing your maintenance during the playoffs, I don't think. Uh-oh. We don't have enough money to maintain the rest. That doesn't make sense. Why, like, I still have funds remaining. Why isn't let it, like, that doesn't make any sense. See, like, look, it says I have money, and it won't let me do it. Well, I don't know what happens if you don't maintain something. I guess we'll see. God, that's stupid. So then I guess what I'm going to do differently next season is just only do 3 promotions, not 4. That makes no sense. See, this game is sometimes I don't get it. All right, so we're 1-2, which is not good. And it means we have to go to Mrazek now. Oh, I forgot we didn't even play a game, or a game at home at least. If we get eliminated in the first round, what a joke. I wouldn't be surprised. That was away. It's a playable injury. He's not. Do we? We have Martinez, right? Yeah, so there's no point in keeping him. And then on top of it, we haven't played as well with Martinez out and Haig in. Ooh, he's done well, though, in the playoffs. But that doesn't really matter so much. Or maybe it does. I don't know. I guess it does matter. We'll see how we did before we put you back in. How did we do in the other games with Haig in? 4 goals. Actually, you know what? We'll put Haig back in. If we lose this, then we'll flip it back to Martinez. And how are we not selling any tickets? Like, some of this stuff is just stupid. Maybe it's because of the maintenance, the repairs, who knows, I don't know. So we'll just do this, keep it as is. And then, like I said, if we lose this game, we'll put Hag back in. And we won. So I guess we'll just keep it like this. Because we lost towards the end of the season there. We kept Hagen instead of Martinez, so that's what we'll do. That was an away game. See, it goes from no attendance to full attendance. Like, how does that make any sense? Strained hamstring. Come on. I was tempted to double shift a guy, but I don't think I will. 12 and 19. $41 and $55. I wonder how his fit is, because he played the best. Actually, his overall is not that great, though. So, Hagelin, I think, is our best option. And he fits. He's a whoops. Left wing. Do that. We lost Mar. So who comes up? I think it's Oshie now. I don't think he was. No. Pasternak. Courtnall. Who was on the third? Courtnall, Mar. So I guess it is Oshie. And here, Thompson, I believe. See, again, it goes from full sellouts to no sales. Like, how does that make any sense? May 14th, so he's actually going to be back relatively quickly. Now, one thing I was just thinking of, so we still go with Mrazek. Maybe if Mrazek loses the next game, we can go with Vladar. We have a tiny bit of wiggle room in that if we lose with Vladar, we can still come back in the series. So, so right now we're up 2-1. And yeah, if we lose this game, then we're at 2-2. And we can go behind and then just go back to Mrazek. And then if we lose, we lose. Nothing we can do about that. So I think we're up 3-1. This is Vladar's old team. And I am going to give him the start. Kind of just because So, because we might need him. Vemelka didn't do best to start the playoffs, and so if we need to go to a second goalie, getting Vladar in gives us the option of Vladar. So like 887, you can't win with that. So pretty much he's lost his spot, unless Vladar does poorly, but we have to see first. Now, am I overcomplicating things by bringing Vladar in? Maybe. But I'll deal with the consequences if there are any. He's fully healed. We'll wait till the next game to put him in. And Vladar gets a shutout against his former team to clinch the series. What an awesome story. So we will go back to Mrazek, but I think Vladar just made his case, and it was a shutout on top of it. So I think he made his case to be backup. Now, is this going to... No, it's still not going to let me. Stupid thing. I think that was a home game. Okay, so these are our new baselines. So that's 192, 294, 390, 505. $49, 61.5. So Mar is back, which is good news. No major changes, but we have gotten better. -3, man, he's just not doing well. -3 as well. Wait, that's not with us. He's even. So you know what? As crazy as it is, we're going to put Hagelin over Foot. Mar comes back in. He goes to... I think he was center, right? And then power play. Okay, penalty kill doesn't change, extra lines does. Whoops. Okay, and then doesn't matter, but whoops. we'll still do this anyways. So we got a number of days rest, which is, I mean, a video game, but in real life that would be good. Man, this thing sucks. So yeah, I think just a little bit from not doing the extra promotions. I've never had it where I do all the maintenance and it runs out of money, so this is, I guess, a learning opportunity. Whereas it goes back in. I think, though, if he loses, Vladar comes in. Let's go back and check. So he lost one. Yes, so if he loses, he's out. If he wins, he stays in. And he wins. Good for him. And with a shutout, too. Not bad. Prices should be optimized. That we don't touch. No new injuries. Make sure Mrazek's back in. And same thing if we get ahead in the series, 3-1 or 3-0, we're going to play Vladar to make sure that he gets or stays warm. Again, it's a video game, but still will apply the same concepts. And Lindell's injured. Now, who goes where? Slavin, 5 points plus 4, 6 points plus 3, 7 points plus 6, 8 points. Well, I guess that answers the question. And Heg deserves to get in anyways. Dobson's been good, so we'll play him there. Left, right, so that's good. Slavin, Orlov, Sider, Dobson, Martinez, Heg, Slavin, Orlov, Sider, Dobson, Martinez, Heg, Sider, Dobson, Heg, and I think that's it. Mrazek stays in. I bet you anything, watch, we'll have like no ticket sales. I guess not. Wouldn't have surprised me. Lindell. Mrazek goes back in. The funny thing is I think Mrazek was the guy that lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final last season, having to replace an injured guy. I forget who the injured guy was, but yeah. It'd be funny if it happened again. I shouldn't be saying this stuff to jinx myself, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it anyways, so. What did it say? May 26th? 29, okay. So probably next round he'll be back. Mrazek stays in, and it's an easy decision if he loses again. And if he wins, I think it's still going to be Vladar anyway, so. Okay, so then Vladar does come in. He lost, so that means we're going to go back to Mrazek. We just wanted to get him in for one game. And then if Mrazek loses, then I have no idea what we do. But we'll cross that bridge once we get to it. I think we would go back with Mrazek because he's the only one that's really won us anything. And we won, so we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. We won't do anything else yet. So I should announce now that we're in our third straight Stanley Cup final, which is not bad. And I didn't review to see if we won the President's Trophy. I think we did, but we'll go and check that later. All right, so now we are on to Stanley Cup pricing. So we'll do auto assign 246 worked last time, so we'll go up by 2, 328, go up by 2, 404, 2, and 2, 530 plus 2. Parking is fine. We'll decrease by a bit. 60, 48. Cool. So I guess we're going with Mrazek in the final. He got us here. Oh, we have, before I forget, Lindell is back, so I need to do that. So Dobson 10 and 17 versus 6 in 13. So Dobson is better at the moment. Haig is 3 and 8 to 13 plus 2. I guess we'll take Haig out. We'll keep as is for everything except these, because we have to change those anyways. Oh, but I think it's correct now, no matter what. It is, okay. Mrazek comes in. I think that's it. So, Stanley Cup final, let's see how we do this time. Martinez gets a concussion in game 1. Well, I guess Haig's playing. That solves that problem. I mean, not to be happy about an injury, but at least now there's clarity on who's playing. Lose game 1. So our new baseline is 830, 406, and 532. Oh, I should have previewed the Stanley Cup final. He comes back June 26th, so he's not coming back at all. So we've got whatever we've got at the moment for the final. So I guess, I mean, we've already gone through a game, but I'll go and just take a look briefly at who we're facing. 44, 34, and 4. So if I had to take a guess, they were not too high in the standings. We did win the President's Trophy again. I think we broke our record for points. In any case, Colorado was 13th in the league, a negative goal differential. So, I mean, we should win this game, or win this series. We had a positive differential of 1.35 goals per game, which is nuts. That's huge. So, I mean, we really shouldn't lose this series at all, but who knows? We'll see. Sider's got an injury. This is how the game gets you. So you have an all-star lineup, and then they mess you up with injuries in the Stanley Cup final. It's just like, I swear they set you up. So who do we have to pull up? So Simic was no good when he... Or wait, he was okay actually. How's he doing in the playoffs? -3. So we won't pull him up. I double shifted defenseman before. I don't know if I should do it again. I only have 3 options of people to call up. He did okay when he played with us. 3 points -1. That's not bad. He did okay when he came up. 3 points -5. I think it's better to just double shift somebody. We won't do it though. There's still enough games left in the final that in theory you could overwork your players. So Lindell comes up. Sporl comes in. Only plays left. Dobson. And I think Slavin's played the best. 8. No, Lindell. But I'm gonna switch it actually. And this, again, not that familiarity actually means anything, but just because of familiarity in the regular season. Treat it like real life as much as it's not. Slavin Orlov, Dobson, Lindell, Haig, Sporl, Slavin Orlov, Dobson, Lindell, Haig, Sporl, Dobson, Lindell, Haig, Sporl, and this is 10 or I guess it is him. I think that's it. Okay, so next season, I hate when this stuff tells me about this stuff during the playoffs. I'm trying to deal with the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not trying to deal with ticket prices. So it's going to be 90-10 for next season for sure. And then if that doesn't work, the following season we'll do 95-5. Alright, so let's see how pricing works. So that is 50, 32, 408, and 534. All right, that's good too. June 26th, and we don't know about cider yet. And notice again, Stanley Cup final, and we've got our top defenseman injured, and one of our important scorers, Bedard. That was a while ago now, but it's just a weird coincidence how some major injuries happen all in this fashion. That was a away game. So June 9. So after next game, he should be healthy for the following game. But it could be the next one after that. We'll have to see. As it goes back in. Oh, I was going to say if Truberov was injured. That would have been so ridiculous. Should we switch goalies? This one's a tough one. And no, Sider can't play yet. Okay, because we're at 2-2. Mrazek lost in the Stanley Cup final last season. Man, his stats are just really good. 928. We should just ride him straight through. 901, yeah, we're going to have to. Oh, I got to put him in his spot, though. Because, yeah, both of the other goalies, like 901, and then I think it was like 88 something. Even though they're small sample sizes, there's no way we can give them any opportunities in the final based on that performance. So ride them straight through and see what happens. Okay. Man, our parking's gone way down. I know it's because things are deteriorating and we can't repair them. But nothing I can do. So Sider is back, and we obviously are going to put him back in the lineup. So Sider, 8 and 18, 12 and 22. So Dell comes down. Sider goes back. So what do we do here? You know what? Actually, we will do it. Because I was thinking the second power play is better than the first, but technically by performance, it's not. So we'll just go back to the norms, and if that's what produced results, we'll stick with it. Slavin Orlov, Sider, Dobson, Hag, Dell, Slavin Orlov, oops, Sider, Dobson, Hag, Dell. Dobson has better performance, so I'm actually going to leave him there. Even though 3-on-3 is never going to actually happen, because it can't happen. But we'll pretend. So that's all sorted. And we're up 3-2, so we got 2 shots at winning the Stanley Cup. I won't hold my breath because, you never know what's going to happen, but we'll see. And that's exactly why you can't hold your breath. I'm still not holding my breath. And watch, we're going to have, I shouldn't jinx it, but we'll have like an important injury in Game 7, Stanley Cup Final. Of course we go to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Like, it's just like this game sets it up on you. But I swear, if we lose back-to-back Game 7s, that's going to be a bit ridiculous. Moment of truth. Oh, thank God we won. That would have been so stupid. All right, so 3 straight Stanley Cup finals, and first time we win the Stanley Cup. Last season we lost in Game 7, and this season we win in Game 7. So this was supposed to be our best team yet, and we did have some major injuries, but for the most part we were healthy enough in the final that we should have won. We did win, so jeez. But the game, of course, has to put all that pressure on the final game too. All right, so what else do I do from here? Do I have? Give me 1 second here. I think I do actually. Yeah, my season by season record. So since I have to record it, we might as well look at it. And I do think we broke our record. So because it's in the description of each episode, I put our record from each season. So 25-26, we were 57, 22, and 3. And then in the playoffs, we can't see it from there. We were 16 and 8. So our record in the playoffs for this Stanley Cup versus the previous one wasn't as good, but our regular season was better. So our best season yet for record was 52, 25, and 5. And then this season we were 57, 22, and 3. And we had a really bad start. We were at like 500 for, I think, like 20 games or something like that. And then we finished with 6 more wins. So 57 instead of, 5 more wins. 57 instead of 52. So you can't really say it's our best season because of the playoffs. It's probably tied with the other time we won the Stanley Cup. So now on that note, I need to write that down. So we won in 25-26. And then we won the we did win the President's Trophy, but 25-26 for the Prince of Wales Trophy. So that's winning the Eastern Conference final, so conference final. And then we won President's Trophy as well. So I'm starting to add a bunch of trophies to my resume. Not so bad. So I'm 2 for 4 winning the Stanley Cup, 3 for 4 making it to the Stanley Cup final, and even Game 7 technically. It's just our first season. We lost in the first round. But it was a completely new team, and it wasn't optimal anyways. So not bad. I'll take that. How did we do for goal differential anyways? So we were a goal per game differential. So not bad. How was Colorado out of interest? So we're only 0.2 goal differential. So So, I mean, we should have beaten them, but you never know with this game what it's going to do. Awards, are they awarded yet? '25, '26. So yeah, they are awarded. So did anybody? Keller got the Hart Trophy. Good for you. Sider got the Norris Trophy. That's also pretty good. Conn Smythe was Hughes, which is not surprising. Jennings Trophy. That's kind of cheating, though. So it's played for the team with the fewest goals scored against it. So that's misleading because Vladar didn't play the full season, but compared to Mrazek, he played more games, so it qualified somehow, I guess. Not important. Does our coach not get Jack Adams? Ted Lindsay for Keller, cool. That's about it. So, first season where we've gotten some individual player awards, which is cool. But, I mean, whatever. It's all about winning the cup, and we did. So, yeah, I'm not going to do any more since I've already gone over by 45 minutes. So we'll sim through the rest of the off season and get to all the rest of the stuff later. We're going to have some busy off season doing some trades. We're going to be getting rid of Bedard and Chubarov. Unfortunately for Chubarov, unfortunately for us with regards to Chubarov, because I don't want to get rid of him, but yeah, he's asking for too much and we're not paying it, so no chance. So we'll leave it there. Way to go. That's three straight Stanley Cup finals. 2 Stanley Cup wins in those 3 Stanley Cup finals, and even the one that we got to the final, we lost in Game 7. So pretty darn good. And now we'll see next season if we can keep the streak alive. So, if you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams that I can schedule ahead of time. Nothing planned as of late. Things I can't schedule on the platform, I put the schedule in the About section, and that would be for franchise mode, which runs Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be a pros whenever I have time or feel like it, which I haven't for a while, but maybe we'll get to that soon. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions likewise, and we will see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. So, I was going to say go Leafs go, but I don't even like the Leafs. I'm just managing them. But go, my team, go. How about that? Okay, that's it. Okay, bye.